Hello again and welcome to class 375, page 359.17, continuation, point 17. ¿Cómo es Marta? What is Marta like? ¿Cómo soy yo como persona? What am I like? Ahora, ¿qué aspecto físico tiene Marta? What does Marta look like? So, físicamente, what does she look like? Como persona, what is she like? What is she like? ¿Cómo es tu nuevo jefe? What's your boss like? No, perdona, ¿cómo es de aspecto físico? What does he look like? My new boss, what does he look like? Yes. Well, he's tall, thin, very thin. Yeah. He needs to gain some weight. He has brown eyes. He has a dark complexion. Tez morena. He has a dark complexion. And he's bald. Bald. Yeah, calvo. Is he completely bald? No. He's only bald in the top. All right. That's what he looks like. That's what he looks like. Now, do you want to know what he looks like? Or do you want to know what he's like? Well, I want to know both. Okay, well, I've just told you what he looks like. Now I'm going to tell you what he's like. He's demanding. He's what? He's demanding. What does demanding mean? Demandante? Demanding? What does demanding mean? Demanding means exigente. Yes, but he's fair. He's fair. My fair lady. Fair. Fair es una feria, ¿no? Fair, yeah, pero también es justo. Con justicia. He's fair. He's demanding but fair. All right. Oh, is he a good boss? Yes, he is. That's what he's like. So, first you wanted to know what he looks like, and then you wanted to know what he's like. Well, I've told you. I've told you what he looks like, and I've told you what he's like. Now, who else? My daughter. Do you know what do you want? Do you know what do you want to know about my daughter? Do you want to know what she looks like? Well, she's relatively tall. Well, how tall is she? You want to know what she looks like, right? Not what she's like. Yes, I want to know what she looks like. I don't want to know what she is like for the moment. First, I want to know what she looks like. All right, she's relatively tall. Well, how tall is she? She's 1 meter 74 or 1 meter 75. She has light brown hair. She has blue eyes. She's attractive. She's slim. That's what she looks like. And what's she like? What's she like? What's she? What is? Contracting. What's she like? She's very pleasant. She's like me. Innocentona. Yes, innocent. She's like me. She's like me. She looks like me and she's like me. So, she looks like me and she takes after me. Both. Which would mean she's like me. We're like. We're very much alike. I'm like her and she's like me. I'm like her and she's... Escucha. Vamos por partes. Primero, ella se parece a mí físicamente y yo me parezco a ella físicamente. Ahora, she looks like, well, I look like her. I look like her and she looks like me. We look like each other. Ahora, vamos a otro. En forma de ser, nos parecemos. She is like me, she's like me, and I'm like her. We're like each other. We are like each other. Ahora, ella me cae bien y yo le caigo bien a ella. I like her and she likes me. We like each other. Para confundirte del todo, ¿a que sí? Okay. We look like each other. We are like each other. And we like each other. Claro, mucho like aquí, ¿verdad? ¿No entiendes? Do you follow me in this? Do you understand? Rubber band? Do you understand? Try one more time. We look, my daughter and I, we look like each other. We are like each other. And we like each other. Nos caemos bien el uno al otro. Now my son is different. We don't look like each other. We aren't like each other, but we like each other. All right. My son looks like, my son is, this is interesting. My son looks exactly like my wife's grandfather, su bisabuelo. You look at a photograph of my wife's grandfather when he was a boy, and you look at my son when he was a boy, it looks like the same person. When they were 12 years old, the same person. They're three generations difference. All right. So it's interesting. So I like my son and he likes me. Caigo bien a mi hijo y mi hijo me cae muy bien a mí. We like each other, but we aren't like each other. No nos parecemos en forma de ser. And we don't look like each other. Well, we do. It's interesting. I have a photograph from university when I was 21 years old in Dallas, Texas. And there's a photograph of me and a lot of other friends at the university. And I look exactly like my son. So my son and I don't look like each other. We don't look like each other now. But when I was his younger, I looked like him. And it's true with my mother. I don't look like my mother now. If you look at a picture of my mother and you look at me, we don't look like each other. We don't look alike. However, when I was young, people said, "You look just like your mother. You look just like your mother." And it was true. Now, I look just like my father. It's completely different. Now, when I see myself on television, I said, "Papa, it's me." I'm looking at myself on TV saying, "Oh, my father." I want to be padre. My father has come back from the dead. Yes. So I look like my father now. However, when I was younger, much younger, I looked like my mother. Now, I'm more like my mother than my father. In forma de ser, soy más como. So you think, I am like my mother than my father. All right, we're different. My father was an only child. Un hijo único. My father was an only child. I wasn't. And that changes people. So I'm not like my father. But now I look like my father. All right. Do you understand? Todo está aquí escrito. It's all here. All right, there's a problem. Yes. Is there a problem? Yes, there is. There's a problem. No, there isn't a problem. Are there many problems in this company? Yes, there are a lot of problems in this company. No, there aren't many problems in this company. No, there aren't. Hey, last year, was there an important problem in this company? Yes, there was a big problem last year. COVID. There was a big problem. No, there wasn't a problem. I don't remember. As far as I can remember, there wasn't a big problem in this company last year. Were there any problems with the lights yesterday? No, there weren't any problems with the lights yesterday. Yes, now I remember there were a few problems. Hubo algunos problemas. Siempre hay problemas con las luces aquí. There are always problems. There was a problem yesterday. There were several problems last week. But there weren't any problems this morning. When we got here, When we got here, Marta turned on the lights, tested, and said, parece que funciona. Funciona bien hoy. So this morning, when we started, there weren't, no hubo problemas. There weren't, o como dicen en Barcelona, no hubieron problemas. There weren't any problems. All right. There have always been problems with these lights. There have always been. There have always been. There have been problems with these lights many, many times. Ahora es presente perfecto. Ha habido problemas con estas luces en muchas ocasiones. There have been problems with these lights many times. On many occasions, there have been problems. There have been problems with these lights. But there have never been any problems with the pencils. Well, sharpening them sometimes, but no, there have never been any problems. And there have never been any problems with the books. But there have been some problems. There haven't been any problems with the books and the pencils, but there have been some problems with the lights. And there have been some problems with the people. Sometimes Inés Garcia doesn't want to participate. And I say, Inés, today is your day. And he said, I don't feel like it. Inés Garcia a veces dice que no le apetece participar. Inés is temperamental. She's from Seville. Yes. Girls from Seville are temperamental, right, Marta? Temperamentales. She's temperamental. But usually, I've never had there have been a few problems with my friends. There have been. Ha habido. Va a haber una fiesta esta noche, ¿eh? ¿Te vienes? There's going to be a party tonight. Really? Is there going to be a party tonight? Yes, there is. There is going there. Siempre there más una conjugación de verbo to be. There's going to be a party tonight. Really? Was there a party last night? No, there wasn't. Where is the party? In my house. Oh. How many parties have there been in your house? How many parties, like the one tonight? Sí, como la de esta noche. Like the one tonight. How many parties have there been? ¿Cuántas fiestas ha habido en tu casa como la que vas a montar esta noche? How many parties have there been? Like the one you are organizing for tonight. Like the one I'm organizing for tonight. There haven't been any parties in my house like the one I'm planning to organize for tonight. There haven't been. Tonight there's going to be an incredible party. Would you like to come? Yes. And there will be parties in my house once a month. There will be a party in my house once every month. Okay. There will be. Habrá. There will be. No habrá. There won't be. Habrá? Will there be? Va a haber. Va a haber. Okay. There's going to be a party. Va a haber una fiesta. Is there going to be a party? Va a haber varias fiestas. There are going to be several parties. There's going to be an election soon. No, there isn't going to be an election. No va a haber elecciones generales pronto, no? There aren't going to be any elections soon. There aren't going to be any elections soon. Are there going to be any earthquakes next year? Yes, there are. Seguro que va a haber algunos terremotos el año próximo. There are going to be some earthquakes next year. Habría, there would be, yes. Habría más terremotos si hubiera más movimientos sísmicos de las placas. There would be more earthquakes. There would be more earthquakes if there were more activity between the tectonic plates, las placas tectónicas. They produce earthquakes. If there were more activity among the tectonic plates, if there were, si hubiera más actividad, if there were more activity among the tectonic plates, habría más. There would be. If there were, there would be. Si en ambos lados tenemos there más una conjugación de verbo to be. Cada año si hubiera más actividad. If there were more activity among the tectonic plates, there would probably be more earthquakes. Y el año pasado, si hubiera habido más juego tectónico, habría habido. Last year, if there had been a lot of tectonic movement, there would have been more earthquakes. Para complicar la cosa. All right. Let's go to page 360. Point 20. To look. To look. I'm looking at you. And you're looking at me. We're looking for each other. We're looking for each other. Yes, I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me. We are looking at. Look at is mirar. All right. Marta, where's the other blue pencil? There's only one blue pencil there. Yeah. All right. It must be somewhere on the table. It must be somewhere. Debe de estar. Tiene que estar. En algún lugar, algún sitio en esta mesa. It must be somewhere on this table. Is it under the books? No. I'm looking for the pencil. Is it in front of the guitar? No. Are you sure? It's not in front of the guitar. Well, maybe it's on the other side of the microphone. No. Maybe it's among my friends here. No. Nope. Maybe it's so what am I looking for? You're looking for the blue pencil. The other blue pencil. I'm looking for it. And here it is, of course. It's under the book. What was I looking for? I found it, eh? I found it. I found it. What was I looking for? You were looking for the pencil. Look for. Claro, look at, mirar. Look for is buscar. Algo que has perdido. O buscar empleo. I'm looking for a job. I'm looking for a new job. I'm looking for. All right. Now to look into, literalmente es mirar dentro. I'm looking into the cup. I'm looking into the cup. However, look into normally is used figuratively. Physically, looking into. Figuratively is investigar. No estoy investigando la taza, pero investigar un asunto is to look into. To investigate, there are three words, there are three verbs in English for el concepto de investigar. Detective, to investigate. The same in English and in Spanish. Investigar, to investigate. A detective investigates a crime, for example. Crime scene investigation. CSA, crime scene investigation. So to investigate. Then to research. Research is investigación científica, médica, etc. To research. También investigación de mercados, sondeos, encuestas, market research. Research. Scientific research, market research. A detective investigate. Pero cualquier asunto, we say to look into. Hay un problema. ¿Con qué? With the background. The buildings in the background. Well, I'll tell Marta to look into it. Marta, can you look into this? Do you think hay problema con lo que hay detrás, los edificios? Lo puedes investigar entre hoy y mañana. Can you look into? They say that they're telling me that there's a problem here. Can you look into it between today and tomorrow? All right, look into it. Marta's going to look into it. Eh? Don't worry. Don't worry. Thank you for the information. I didn't know. I didn't know there was a problem with the image Imagen, the image behind me. Marta está mirando. Yes, I didn't know there was a problem with the image. Thank you for telling me. Marta will look into it between today and tomorrow. So I'm sure that tomorrow the problem will be solved because Marta is going to look into it. So Marta lo va a investigar. Ok. Y yo me pondré otra vez en contacto contigo. Lo investigaré yo también y enseguida me pongo en contacto contigo. I'll look into it and get back to you and call you back. I'll call you back or I'll write you. I'll get back to you. I'll get back to you es volveré a ponerme en contacto contigo en cuanto sepa algo. Primero déjame que lo mire, que lo investigue. First, let me look into it. Okay? Let me look into it. Let me look into it. Let me look into it, and I'll get back to you right away. Enseguida, right away. I'll get back to you. So to look up. He saltado look up. I skipped look up. I'm looking up. All right. So there's a physical meaning. Don't look up. Why not? Look up. But to look up is consultar en un libro. To look up a word. Sobre todo lo de siempre, en un diccionario. You can look up a word now on your cell phone. Ensimismado. ¿Cómo se dice en inglés? Ensimismado. I'll look it up. There's no translation. To look up. Mal pensado. Look it up in English. There's no translation in English for mal pensado. No seas mal pensado. I'm looking it up. Or I'm looking it up in the dictionary. Or I'm looking it up in the el índice. At the back, I'm looking it up. So to look up is buscar en el sentido de consulta. No buscar porque hayas perdido algo, okay? That's to look for. To look it up. Look it up, look up, to look up. Look up a word. I've looked up thousands of words in the dictionary in my life. To look up. Look it up, búscalo. Búscalos. Las palabras esas, búscalas. Look them up, look it up. Búscala, esa es la palabra, búscala. Look it up. Búscalas, look them up. Búscame, si vienes a Madrid, búscame. Y saldremos a cenar. Se dice esto también. If you come to Madrid, look me up. Cuando vaya a Nueva York, te buscaré. Para que me enseñes Central Park. When I go to New York, I'll look you up. All right, to look over. Yes, I'm looking over. Este es el informe. Wow. 23 pages. Let's see. I'm looking it over. I'm looking over the report. Let's see. Yeah. This point here. Okay. I found a mistake, There's a typo. Typo's una errata. I'm looking over the report. I'm looking it over. I'm looking over a four-leaf clover. To look over. Look over the report. You have otras formas to review the report. To check the report. To look over. And finally, to look around. I'm looking around. I'm looking around the room. Richard, yeah. Why are you looking around the room? Because I'm trying to find something. But what are you looking for? I'm looking for I brought a bottle of water, and I can't find it. I put it on the small table over there, and it's not there anymore. So I'm looking around. I'm looking around the room. Why? Because I'm looking for the bottle of water. I swear I put it, juro que lo puse ahí. I swear I put it on the small table over there before I sat down here to start the class. But it's not there anymore. Marta, have you seen my bottle of water? I can't find it. I'm looking everywhere. I'm looking around the room. It's surely not. Maybe it's under the table. To look around. Now to look through. Remember? To look through. When was the last time you looked through a telescope? Have you ever looked through a telescope? Have you ever looked through? Look through also is ir cotejando los papeles. You know, looking through. I'm looking through the papers. Estoy buscando, I'm looking through the papers. Ah, this one. This one. All right. Natasha, yeah, this one. I'm looking through the papers. But I'm also looking through a telescope. Es un telescopio. I'm looking through the telescope and I can see you better with the telescope, through the telescope. When was the last time, Richard, you looked through a telescope? I don't remember. 25 years ago, looking at the moon or at the stars through a telescope. To look through, and finally to look after. To look after, to take care of. Yes. When your children were growing up, did you look after them? Yes. I took care of them. I looked after them. And now I'm looking after you as well for your English. And I'll be back tomorrow. Take care.